Hello and welcome to PACTV Community News.
This week, PACTV Community News brings you an update from the recent Pembroke Community Center's public forum.
It's just completely outdated and it's time to do something for the future.
And we preview the 18th annual Rotary Auction coming up next weekend on PACTV.
We're excited to announce that there are hundreds of items that you can actually bid on. All these items are actually donated by local businesses.
PACTV Community News stopped by the Duxbury Student Union to learn more about them and their upcoming fundraiser.
It's an alternative to home, but they always know that they can walk through the door and there'll be a friendly face there to greet them.
And we visited an important and required school event for parents in Kingston.
That parents are well aware of all the pitfalls that can happen with hosting parties and other behaviors at their homes.
PACTV Community News will get you into the St. Patrick's spirit with our Culture and Lifestyle series.
Once you've made music with people on a night like this, you might spend 4 hours playing next to somebody you've never met before. At the end of the night, you feel like they're a great old friend of yours.
And present helpful suggestions in our health and wellness segment.
It's very important to make sure you're stretching on a regular basis. You cannot stretch too many times throughout the day or throughout the week.
Town Talk comes from Plymouth. It's all coming up on PACTV Community News. Duxbury Student Union is a youth development organization available to the town's 3rd grade through high school students. This nonprofit organization serves over 1,500 young people with after-school programs, evening and weekend events, and enrichment classes. PACTV Community News visited the Student Union building on St. George Street to see more.
This place is awesome. We see kids after school. We also see them for special events, and we've also developed a really great mission-based program as well, where kids can learn all about how to be better citizens in their community, give of their skills and talents. The Duxbury Student Union is a great place where schools leave off, and we find that there's a lot of opportunities here for young people to develop skills or find new passions and find them right here.
I think the DSU is a really convenient place to go after school when you can't get immediately picked up, or if you need to meet up with someone. It's a good place to do homework or get some food.
We also do a great program called Lunch on the Lawn, which is a program offered to middle school students where they can come out, blow off a bit of steam outside, dance to some tunes, catch some fresh air, which is kind of a novelty in the middle school day when they only have gym 2 times every seven days. This is a great time to be social, to get some fresh air.
You can go down to the game room, or you can get help with homework, or you can play board games. They have a whole stack of board games. They have a whole shelf of them, like Apples to Apples and Bananagrams.
On Fridays, we have all the special stuff because you don't have to get your homework done because we don't have homework on Fridays, so it's pretty good.
These types of programs are really designed to help our students where the schools leave off. This is Duxbury's Youth Center. We really encourage families to use it. We also rent out our facilities, so it makes the most amazing place for a birthday party or a sports celebration, end-of-year banquet. This is a great space. We have 3 floors here. This is sort of like the Starbucks, the 3rd place of being able to drop in here, maybe grab a snack after school. Our high schoolers and middle schoolers that may be really busy after school. So too we have a number of students that stay a while, so they might stay for the afternoon and get their homework done, catch up with friends. So it's, it's certainly a place that has different significance to different people. Well, that's the nice thing about here. You walk through the door, you always know that there's a friend here, and you don't have to text ahead, you don't have to call ahead. You just show up and you can hang with anybody here in the afternoon. And I think that that's what kids like, is that they feel like this is a comfortable place. It's an alternative to home, but they always know that they can walk through the door and there'll be a friendly face there to greet them.
The Duxbury Student Union is having an adults-only fundraiser on Saturday, March 23rd called Trilogy, with 3 floors of fun featuring a dance floor, a coffee house, an auction, and a sports bar. All proceeds from the Trilogy party will help fund the Duxbury Student Union and their programs. More information and tickets, go to their website, duxburystudentunion.com. Consider attending and supporting the Duxbury Student Union. Pembroke's Community Center Study Committee held a public forum earlier this month at the old community center when plans for a clear decision for a new town facility were discussed. PACTV Community News was there to bring you the story.
We had basically researched 3 potential options for the building. One was to renovate the existing building as it sits. The other was to renovate the older 1930s portion and do a new addition, totaling 35,000 square feet. And the final option was to tear the building down and construct new. After doing much research and getting a ton of pricing together, our committee at the February 6th meeting recommended that to the Board of Selectmen, which was our charge, the last option was to demolish the building and build new. We felt that was had the most reasonable for the town and best for the long-term use. And we thought we could get more efficiencies out of it that way. So that was the recommendation we made to the Board of Selectmen, and that's where we sit now.
One of the things we're working on is trying to find a partner to help us manage the building for the future, and so we don't run into the same problems we ran into with this building and having it deteriorate. And so what's important for everyone to know is that regardless of whether we have a partner helping us manage the building or not, it is going to be the Pembroke Community Center, and it will be all about the members of this community and what we want and what we need for a recreational and a place to come together. The costs would be astronomical to try to rebuild what's falling apart, and rather I think we can build a real nice building that is true to the spirit of this building and have it last for the community for years and years. I think people out there need to come and take a walk through the building, and what you'll see is that it's a school building for sure, but an ancient school building. We can't even run data lines in this building. To have computer access. It's just completely outdated, and it's time to do something for the future.
We should be try to think about going towards energy independence, or at least a more sustainable approach to powering the building and heating the building and all of that. And the fact is, if we save any part of this, we'll never even be able to consider those more modern approaches to building a structure.
This old building, they put this up during the Depression. They just threw that up as quick as they can with the Depression era laborers, because labor was cheap. Right now, money's cheap. Back then, labor was cheap. They just threw it up. And this addition right here, that was post-war. Post-war, all the towns were growing. They had to expand quickly. They didn't have time to incorporate the design to be touchy and feely with the surrounding community. They threw up this flat roof brick building just to get the kids, the baby boomers, into school.
And I was very satisfied with the knowledge that these men and people had. And they've done a lot of research, and I feel that right now the building is in good hands. And I'm pleased that I came tonight.
With prom season approaching, the Silver Lake Regional High School in Kingston held an important and required event for parents of prom goers. The Be a Parent, Not a Pal event was held in February, with a second night scheduled on Wednesday, March 27th, for those parents who couldn't attend the February meeting. The purpose of this meeting is to educate parents about the state's social host law, stating it is illegal to allow anyone under 21 to be served or possess alcoholic beverages. PACTV Community News went to the first meeting to see more.
Good evening. My name's Principal Richard Kelly from Silver Lake Regional High School. And this is Melissa Fontaine, a social studies teacher and administrative intern. And this is Marlene Lopes, who is a wellness teacher as well as a SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions advisor. We have tonight a presentation called Be a Parent, Not a Pal that actually is in its third year. The difference this year is that we're making it mandatory for parents of students to attend this meeting in order to go to the prom. We feel that in order to purchase a prom ticket, it's important that parents are well aware of all the pitfalls that can happen with hosting parties and other behaviors at their homes. By no stretch of the imagination are we trying to take over a parenting role, but we absolutely want to make sure that people understand the information. Several schools in the area already do this, and actually we're a little bit behind the curve here at Silver Lake in making this a mandatory event. So Ms. Lopes with the SAD students has organized this event, and as I said, our PTO with President Don Walsh. It has the sanction of the school council, the school committee, faculty, and the administration of the district.
At the end of both of our evenings, we'll be holding a raffle for prom-related services. We'd like to thank local businesses that supported us, including the Anna Doris Salon, the Candy Jar, Christine Abbott Photography, the Custom Solution Hair Salon, Dominic's Tuxedos, Dee Capelli Salon, Golden Nails and Spa, and Life Touch Photography.
We'd like to thank the Campbell, Edwards, and Conroy Law Firm for coming and presenting Be a Parent, Not a Pal. We've been fortunate to have them the last 3 years, and they've been very generous with their offerings to the school.
We're holding 2 evenings for parents to attend. Tonight, February 27th from 7 to 8:30 in the high school auditorium, and again on Wednesday, March 27th from 7 to 8:30 in the Silver Lake High School auditorium.
A tradition in our community, the annual Plymouth Rotary Club's live TV auction on PACTV runs from Friday, March 22nd through Sunday the 24th. From donated items and services of more than $100,000, the auction raises more than $60,000 for local charities. PACTV Community News caught up with auction chairman Chris Dickinson to learn more about the bidding process and how to participate by watching on PACTV.
Hi, my name's Chris Dickinson, and I'm from the Plymouth Rotary Club, and I wanted to let you know that we are hosting our 18th annual Plymouth Rotary Club live TV auction in conjunction with PACTV right here at PACTV Studios. This year's auction will be held on Friday, March 22nd. It'll start at 6:00 p.m., go through 9 p.m., and then Saturday and Sunday through the weekend, both days will start at noontime and end at 9 p.m. as well. There are a few ways to be able to watch the auction and bid, both online and through the TV and telephone. First, you can catch the auction live through your local cable access channels, either Comcast or Verizon. Comcast channel 13, Verizon channel 34 or 43, depending where you are. A couple other options, you could it'll stream live via the web on our auction website, www.plymouthrotaryauction.com. You may also watch it streaming live on the PACTV website. We're excited to announce that there are hundreds of items that you can actually bid on, and the cool thing about our auction is all these items are actually donated by local businesses and friends of the Rotary Club. There are so many items to bid on. Items range from local merchant gift cards up to African safaris. The proceeds from the auction on all these items end up going back into the local community, as well as international charities and scholarships to the local Plymouth school system. Some of the many organizations that do benefit from the proceeds of this auction include the Relief of Japan, local YMCA Club, Boys and Girls Club, the American Cancer Society, the Salvation Army, the United Way. To bid on the items, either before or during the auction, you can pre-bid on our auction website at www.plymouthrotaryauction.com. And during the event, you can bid by calling the studio directly. We will have that number in the newspapers announced the week before the auction. And you can also bid live on our website at the plymouthrotaryauction.com site all weekend long. We really hope you will tune in Friday, March 22nd through the 24th and bid on items through the auction and help our community work together.
St. Patrick's Day is always a fun celebration in our area. As part of our Culture and Lifestyle series, PACTV Community News met up with an Irish singing duo from Plymouth and some hearty Irish musicians playing in Duxbury.
Hi, we're the Lindsays. We're Susan and Stephen Lindsay. We play together in a band called the Lindsays, as it turns out.
We met about 15 years ago in Boston in a small apartment in Comave.
Our band is a mix of Irish traditional music and also more contemporary music.
Prison wall, I heard a young man calling.
I emigrated in '94 from Ireland, had my guitar with me on the journey, and music was a big part of that.
One of the reasons I got so interested in Irish music first was because I had come from a jazz tradition where in jazz it's all about the individual's voice and individual expression and solos. And I was so enthralled with Irish music because it's, in fact, almost the exact opposite.
Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebel, they drag me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity.
There's a tradition that you see a lot on the South Shore and in Boston and anywhere that there's a big Irish American community, which is the Irish Session, which is an informal gathering of musicians. Usually it's in a pub.
The reason I come to a session like this is, first of all, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
People come to the session, they really come to the session to listen to music, and they get a feel for it, and we ask for suggestions of what songs they want to hear. We even try to do that with them. And so because of that, people come back to most of the sessions.
We have music on Thursday nights, as you can hear in the background. The fellows have been playing here for a number of months now. It's a great night, very spirited. We have people, different musicians come and go every week, and good variety. We have a great pub atmosphere here. It's as close as you're going to get to an Irish pub on this side of the ocean. And in addition to which, we pour the perfect pint. Now, what could be better than that?
We started playing here at the Windsor House in their pub last summer. Oh, it's a very intimate locale. The pub is warm and pleasant and kind of old-fashioned in a comfortable sort of way.
I come here on Thursdays because I enjoy the music and the people that play in the session, and the atmosphere here is very comfortable and warm.
And it was kind of every Saturday, that was a thing people did, and met up, and some brought their kids down and had dinner, and it was more a cultural kind of meeting point.
The Irish Session is something you see in pubs all over Ireland, and it's the very same setup where you have a couple people who are the hosts, and they come every week, and everybody else kind of can come in and go as they please. And I think that people in America who are into the Irish music love that aspect of the community music making.
Great! Never heard of that.
Oh, the camaraderie. I mean, it's the longer you do this, you know, not only is there the camaraderie among musicians, but among the clientele as well. I mean, you just see so many faces, so many similar faces, week after week or every other week.
When you're in an Irish traditional session, you might have 10 musicians, but they're all playing the same notes at the same time in complete unison. And to me, I thought that was really interesting. What does that say about culture? Whereas it's the importance of the individual voice versus the importance of the group and group unity.
I just love Irish music, but I also love what people bring to the sessions.
These happen to be plastic bones, but I purchased them in Ireland, where they're very common. Also in common in Ireland and the musical world are spoons, which I have a pair of here. But they're an accompaniment. It's a percussion instrument, actually, along with the bowron, which Larry has over there. And it does add something to the Irish music, gives it a beat.
One of the things I love about Irish music is that it really has a depth, and it's about what people went through, both suffering and joy. And there's a great deal of both in the music.
Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of Dublin. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind.
The variety of instrumentalists as well as singers just can blend to make just a wonderful evening of music.
The beauty of it is that you learn from each other, you listen to each other, you work with each other, and there's always this sense of you're welcome, come in, sit down, take your music, take your guitar, your accordion out of the case, and you're welcome, and we work you in somehow.
Once you made music with people on a night like this, you might spend 4 hours playing next to somebody you've never met before. At the end of the night, you feel like they're a great old friend of yours. It's something that happens in a deeper way, I think, when you play music with people.
Experience local Irish music for yourself. The Lindsays will be performing Friday, March 15th at New World Tavern in downtown Plymouth at 9 p.m. Duxbury's Windsor House is hosting an Irish festival on Sunday, March 17th from 3 to 7 p.m. with food, music, and Irish step dancing from the Maureen Healy School of Irish Dance. Please RSVP to the Windsor House in Duxbury if you plan on attending.
Hi, my name is Nate Graham for PCN's Health and Wellness segment. I'm the fitness director at Plymouth Fitness. I'm here to talk to you today about the benefits of flexibility and stretching. Some of the benefits of stretching are going to be increasing your range of motion throughout your joints by lengthening your muscles. You will at that point also see a decrease in risk of injuries. You will see an increase of circulation throughout your body, which will bring out some of the waste byproducts and will also start to increase your recovery time. Another benefit of stretching will be to decrease a lot of low back pain. Most of low back pain is caused by tightness to the hips, your lower back, your glutes, and by stretching out those muscles, you will start to alleviate some of that pain, if not reduce that pain altogether. So one of the stretches you can do is a hamstring stretch. You're just gonna bend down and touch your toes, take a nice deep breath, and relax. Another stretch you can do is a standing quad stretch. Balance can be an issue on this, so if you need to hold on to something stationary, grab your foot and pull it up towards your hip. You're gonna keep your knees together and your shoulders back. Holding this stretch for about 30 seconds will lengthen the hip flexor into the quad and will overall increase that range of motion through this joint. And again, we're working on balance and flexibility, balance and stability of your left foot. Another great stretch for the hips are gonna be the hip flexor stretch. For the hip flexor, you're going to go into a standing kneel position, lean your shoulders back while pushing your hips forward, and you'll feel the hip flexor start to lengthen and improve any pain here. You should hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. Anything less, you're not going to get the full benefit of. So in conclusion, it's very important to make sure you're stretching on a regular basis. You cannot stretch too many times throughout the day or throughout the week. So if you can take time every single day to stretch out, hold each stretch for about 30 seconds and do them as often as you can. This is Nate Graham from Plymouth Fitness for PCN's Health and Wellness segment.
Good afternoon, Melissa Urigi, Plymouth Town Manager. I want to tell all of you about some pretty exciting news. In early March, the Board of Selectmen held a very large Selectmen's meeting. It included the School Committee, the Building Committee, the Planning Board, Finance Committee, Redevelopment Authority, representatives from the Community Preservation Committee, all of us together in one room in a meeting to talk about the future of the 1820 courthouse site. The 1820 courthouse is a building that is so historic and iconic in this community that no matter where you go in the town, even with all our different areas and villages, people know that building and many of them care for it deeply. One of the things that has been talked about for decades before I started working in Plymouth was the idea of having that 1820 courthouse be restored and having either a portion of that, maybe some structure behind it, being our government center. And when I say government center, they just meant either town hall functions or town hall functions and school administration functions. So at that meeting the other night with all those interested parties and so many people that are dedicated to that building, including the Redevelopment Authority, who has had custody of the building for the last 4 years and have done some repairs and shoring up, there was consensus among that whole group that we pursue that idea seriously. There was so much buy-in to look at this as an option that the selectmen voted that evening to sponsor an article for the Springtown meeting where we'd go out for a feasibility study, bring an expert in and say what our Plymouth space needs for the functions that we do now, all our meeting space, all the services that we provide, the walk-in customers, the parking, and what are the school space needs for that same function, their administrative work. Look at that and come back and tell us, is it feasible to use the courthouse corridor for that kind of service? And if so, what would it cost? We will start that process as early as sometime mid-April. We're working on writing the specifications now. This is going to be a very public process because the one thing that I think many of us have found in Plymouth is that the residents and citizens here want to have participation. They want to reach out and tell us how they feel about these possibilities. So for any of you watching this right now, I encourage you to reach out to the selectmen, to me as the town manager, to the town manager's staff on the 3rd floor, and give us your input on that site. We are hoping that we can put something in that building that is public, that will bring people to the downtown area, that will revitalize that whole area to have people walking around and actively engaged in the stores and the restaurants. And for a long time there has been the thought that making that town hall or a government center can do just that. So stay tuned to see what happens. We'll be reaching out to steering committees, the historic district, the downtown groups, businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, and hopefully we'll hear from many of you to let us know what you think of that site as a possible government center. And we'll come back to the fall town meeting with a cost, and we'll see if it's worth it and what that financial commitment is to this process.
Thanks for watching PACTV Community News. Replay times are listed at pactv.org. Click on the PCN logo to watch each complete edition or individual story.
See us on YouTube just by searching for the PACTV Community News channel. Also, like us on Facebook to receive previews each week and links to all our stories.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on PACTV Community News.